How would you like a check from the federal government every month? No questions asked, no strings attached. That's the idea behind universal basic income. Supporters say it can help Americans meet basic needs without multiple minimum wage jobs stretching folks too thin. To skeptics, it sounds too much like socialism or an unnecessary expansion of the welfare state. Before you make up your mind, let's dive a little deeper. Here's the concept behind Universal Basic Income, or UBI for short. The government writes a check to every adult every month or year, no matter their tax bracket. There's no question about recipients' income, like you see for food stamps or Medicaid. As the COVID-19 pandemic drove more Americans to virtual unemployment lines, UBI conversations came front and center once again. The arguments for UBI focus on the security it would provide for unemployed Americans or lower-income families who struggle to make ends meet.
Right now, most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
Andrew Yang made the case for UBI on the Joe Rogan podcast during his presidential primary campaign in 2019.
57% of Americans can't afford an unexpected $500 bill. So you put $1,000 a month into their hands, it's going to go right back into the economy.
The arguments against UBI focus on A, the cost of implementing it, and B, the concern that Americans won't work if they know they can count on a check from Uncle Sam every month.
The bottom line is you never want to penalize workers and reward non-workers.
Former Reagan administration economist Art Laffer argued against UBI's feasibility in a 2018 Fox Business segment.
Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of non-workers, you're going to get the growth stopped, and you're going to get the economy going in the tank.
Let's start with a recent example. In 2019, Stockton, California gave more than 100 people $500 a month for 2 years, with no questions asked. In year one, employment spiked while unemployment dipped. Depression and anxiety symptoms decreased too. Now, in the 70s, another set of experiments gave cash to low-income people in these 7 states. Some of those people did end up working fewer than 40 hours per week. But keep in mind, these were short-term programs. The question remains, how would the government pay for all this? When Yang popularized his freedom dividend of $1,000 to every American adult every month, economists said it could cost nearly $3 trillion per year. That's more than 3/4 of the entire annual federal budget. Now, not all UBI proposals are identical, but Yang's proposal called for adding or changing 6 tax categories to foot the UBI bill. Others have floated the idea of UBI replacing welfare programs, like food stamps or housing vouchers altogether. All this said, more than half of Americans oppose federal funding for UBI, so don't expect it to pass Congress anytime soon. If you're not already there, head over to our website and rate this story using our bias meter.